sign with the Warriors. It is the sports story.
Positive move. It was the Thunder's worst home loss in which Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook both played since April 2009. Stephen A., what does this loss tell you about the Thunder?
Well, there's a couple of things to take into account here. Number one, you got a rookie NBA coach in Billy Donovan, devoid of his two top-notch assistants in both Mo Cheeks due to hip surgery and Monte Williams, obviously, for the tragic accident on the part of his wife when he lost his wife. Okay? So you got that to deal with. You've got the fact that you don't have your two assistants. You got a rookie NBA coach, and dare I say, you've got other individuals outside of Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook who are not stepping up. The Serge Ibakas, the Enes Kantors of the world, and people like that. I mean, I'm just looking at some of these numbers here, and I'm saying to myself, Dion Waiters, 1 for 8 from the field.
He's been in a big
slump. You're a starter. You're 32 minutes, 1 for 8 shooting. That's just abysmal. Steven Adams, 4 or 5. Yeah, Ibaka had a decent game, but they're minus 17 when he was on the floor, and he just doesn't seem to be the player that he once was. I need him to step up and be more active offensively. I need Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook to make sure he becomes more active offensively, because with them shooting the basketball and what have you, he doesn't seem to be as interested in being involved as we are accustomed to seeing him in the past. That's just my own interpretation from the game. I don't get to watch them every night, but I've seen enough Thunder games this year where I get that impression. And then the productivity on the bench. I mean, what is this here? You got, 2 points by Foy, who just arrived there. You got 5 by Cantor. He's better than that. You got 6 by Cameron Payne, who I like. But I'm just looking at them right now, and, you're just saying to yourself, what, 21 points off the bench? I mean, J.R. Smith and Mozgov handled that all by themselves. And so when you look at it from that perspective, limited bench production, starters that are not stepping up, don't seem to be actively enthralled in it all. And then you got to look at Westbrook and Kevin Durant. And listen, they only took 36 shots combined. So it's not like they did what they customarily do. They just got outplayed yesterday. They ran into a buzzsaw in the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for some reason, when LeBron James is on the same court as Kevin Durant, things don't seem to go Kevin Durant's way. If we're really, really being honest about it, Kevin Durant is a superstar. He's averages better than 27. He can drop 40 in his sleep. He's 6'10" with a 7'6" wingspan. He's got a handle, a crossover, can pull up from 30. Yet somehow, some way, whenever he's going against LeBron, it's strange because he always gets decent numbers.
He did.
But impact is limited. He fills the stat sheets, but impact is absent. Somehow, some way, for some reason, whenever he goes up against LeBron, that happens. LeBron has won 13 of the last 16 regular season meetings, if I remember correctly. Hey, at some point in time, when you are a superstar, you got to get tired of losing to a particular individual. It's got to annoy you. It's got to get on your nerves. It's got to ruffle your feathers. And I just don't get that impression that losing to LeBron has affected Kevin Durant that way. And that, to me, is probably the biggest component of it all that I peel from yesterday.
So before I get to my analysis of yesterday, let me say big picture. It was so fitting to me. It was so Thunder to me that the highlight of that game, if not the afternoon and the night and the week in the NBA, was Russell Westbrook's, if we could see it, basket attack, which was about as great as it gets. You remember what I'm talking about? Here we go.
Yeah.
This is just pure fury unleashed. And, we don't see anything like this. And I even tweeted about it. I'm not the biggest Westbrook fan, but I said, that's all time, man. And they lost 115-92. So that sort of summed up the day. That was the highlight. And then when you look at the final score, you say, oh, but they lost 115-92. So we're back to this. Before I go any further, I'm going to also throw this out. There's one caveat that you suggested. There's one possible pass I'm going to give the Thunder. If these young men are still having a tough time refocusing on basketball after the Monty Williams funeral, I get it. I get it. I accept it. I appreciate it. I'm out. But At some point, they have to get back to their lives, as Monty Williams would be the first to tell you you have to do. So I'll give him the pass if it's deserved, but otherwise, bigger picture, and I know you like this team, there's still something amiss with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Because if you look at player efficiency rating, obviously Steph's at the top, then Westbrook is second, and Durant is third. So you got you have the most dynamic duo in basketball, right? Because nobody has two of the top three, but you do. And then I see and I hear all these people say, oh, they don't have enough help. Don't tell me that two superstars don't have enough help. Somehow it comes down to the uneasy alliance between the two superstars. They weren't engaged yesterday, and I don't know why. Again, it could be Monty Williams. It could be, I don't know, that they're just not into it at this point. Is it too much Kevin talk about leaving? I don't know. Does it bother them? Maybe. But, okay, go ahead.
Couple of things. I'm not including Russell Westbrook in that conversation. Russell Westbrook was 1 assist away from a triple-double. Russell Westbrook shot almost 50% from the field. He wasn't as aggressive offensively in terms of the number of shots he attempted, but he played a relatively efficient basketball game. The guy had played 33 minutes, had 1 turnover, 20, 11, and 9. We can sit here and slice it any which way we want to. This comes down to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant against LeBron James. That is your stage.
He made 4 out of 8 threes, which is pretty good.
Listen. Again, he fills up the stat sheets. But when they were pulling away, they outscored you by 10 in the second quarter, by 13 in the third quarter. That's a 23-point difference. Where were the numbers then? At the end of the day, if we're talking about anybody else, listen, we ain't talking about some average player. Kevin Durant is a superstar. He has the potential to end his career as the greatest scorer in the history of this game. We can marvel all we want about what Steph Curry does. Tell me what Steph Curry does that Kevin Durant can't do as a shooter. And I think that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter I've ever seen. Kevin Durant is up there. This brother has got a game that is surreal. LeBron is a freak of nature in terms of his size and his mass. Kevin Durant is a freak of nature in terms of his length. This dude is George Gervin plus. Because when you think about the Iceman, who I've spoken to on many occasions, who loves himself, of course you have, San Antonio, who loves himself some Kevin Durant. What excuse is there? You are going up against LeBron James. You've got to answer the bell in terms of whatever it is that he brings to the table for his squad. And Skip, I'll challenge you, not challenge you, but I'll challenge you to think about this for a second when I say this and dissect whether or not this is true with all the Oklahoma City games you've watched. When you look at Russell Westbrook, it is the one time in Russell Westbrook's career where no matter how aggressive he is, he seems more willing to defer than ever when LeBron is on the court against Kevin. Because it's like Russell Westbrook it's like he's sitting there saying, it's your time. This is you right here.
I was impressed yesterday on one breakaway. Russell actually stopped and turned and flipped the ball back to Kevin, let him dunk it. I was like, that's a first. I've never seen that.
I'm just saying to you that I get, again, I don't know this, but I get the impression that when Oklahoma City is on the floor against Cleveland, Russell Westbrook's going to always get his, and he's going to do his job to the best of his ability because he's got one motor. But I do find that to be the lone time, even when he dropped 40-plus in the finals against Miami. I do find him, for the most part, being somebody that's looking at Durant when LeBron is on the other side and saying, this is yours. This is how you handle your business. You do get that when you play basketball and when you watch basketball. And I've been associated with this game all my life. I'm telling you, there are moments when you are on one side of the ball and an opponent is on the other, and the other 4 guys are looking at you and like, yo, bro, this is on you right here. This is your time. That dude right there is you and him. What you gonna do? And on too many occasions, Durant gets the numbers, but the impact is absent. And it's pretty much against LeBron and almost no one else.
I get it. I will buy that. But I watch a whole lot of Oklahoma City Thunder basketball. I never see much flow to the offense. I see your turn, my turn. Yesterday, it was mostly Kevin's turn, but he's unsure whether it's his turn. Really? Like, you can just see his body language. Like, you're okay if I go now? And sometimes it's Russell's turn, and the supporting cast, they have no idea when it's their turn. So when it is their turn, shockingly and unexpectedly, they're all slumping right now. There's no flow to any of the offense. And I got to tell you, there's one other key area here we're not talking about. None of them play much defense to me. Is that the new coach's fault? Is that, I don't know, but I don't see much defense.
There are people that are sitting back wondering why the hell was Scott Brooks fired. Because we don't see much of a difference. But in fairness to Billy Donovan, he's a two-time national champion as a collegiate coach. This is his first year in the NBA. He's a rookie on this level. Give him an opportunity to mold this team. Back to your point about Kevin Durant. No disrespect, but I don't want to hear that. What do you mean? It's my turn, it's your turn. He's trying to figure it out. This is Kevin Durant's 9th year in the NBA. Allow me to throw out the numbers. 21, 23, 27, 25, 26, 26, 29, 27. And this year he's averaging 27, 7, and 4.5 assists, shooting 50% from the field and 39.2% from three-point range. Plus your 6'10", 7'6" wingspan. Can pull up for 30. What the hell you mean he's trying to figure it out? Time for figuring it out is up. You're supposed to know. If this was LeBron James...
Who did you pick to be the MVP this year?
Who did I pick to be the MVP? Man, I don't even
of the league.
I don't even remember.
It's a guy named Russell Westbrook.
That's right,
okay?
Russell Westbrook.
Thank
That's
you.
right. Yes,
and
I did.
He's been the MVP of the All-Star game the last 2 years.
Right.
Russell Westbrook.
I picked Russell Westbrook to win the MVP, and I picked the Oklahoma City Thunder to make the finals.
You did.
Yes, I did.
So my point to you is, it's an uneasy alliance of star power because there's no pecking order to it. It's yin yang. It's 1A, 1B,
but our arguments are different.
1A.
My arguments are different. I'm not disputing what you're saying. It's just that our arguments are different. You're sitting there and you're highlighting that discrepancy. I don't disagree with you. I'm saying it's inexcusable because you're not new to playing with one another. Russell Westbrook has been in this league for years. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook have been playing with each other for at least 5 or 6 years. Kevin Durant averages for his career 26 points on 48% shooting, and he's one of the best marksmen
but you
in the
said
game.
The box score doesn't matter because it's impact.
What I'm saying, exactly. So what I'm saying to you is that it's not just that it's impact. Here's the issue. I'm having this discussion about Kevin Durant right now. As it pertains to LeBron, there is no one else anyone could ever say that about Kevin Durant in regards to.
Okay.
No one.
His Achilles heel.
It doesn't happen against anybody else. I'm not saying that he doesn't have bad games or whatever, but you never see Kevin Durant having numbers and minimal impact. But somehow, some way, when he's on the court against LeBron, that's when it happens. And I'm saying I don't understand why, because he always has the numbers. We know his game is surreal. It's big time. But if Kevin Durant is going to win a chip somehow, some way, we're talking about the Western Conference. That's true. But the one time he got to the NBA Finals, who did he lose to? Who did he go up against? And by the way, he averaged about 33 on 50% shooting. What did you say? Skip Bayless sat in front of me. I said, Skip, give the man a break. He averaged 30 plus. I mean, what's the problem? And Skip said, nope. He said, Steven, you're talking about numbers. I'm talking about impact.
That's true.
Well, I'm saying, okay. So I listened to Skip. I dissected it. And I'm saying, damn, he goes against Golden State. He goes against San Antonio. He goes against the Clippers. He goes against everybody. But it's only when he goes against LeBron that the numbers mean little. Against everybody else, the numbers matter because he delivers them for the most part when it really counts. Against LeBron, it doesn't appear to be the case.
Okay, so bottom line, looking forward here, I need Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook to get it back together because upcoming are not one, but 2 games against Golden State.
They'll win
at
one of them.
Oklahoma City and at Golden State.
They will win one of those games.
They better win because as a Spurs supporter, I need them to win both games. How about that?
Saturday night on ABC.
They will win one of those games. Kevin Durant will come to the rescue. Russell Westbrook will come to the rescue. I think that when it comes to everybody else, You got to get that team together. They got to play better defense. Better coaching job has to take place. Those two guys got to get everybody actively involved.
Yep.
But against Cleveland, it's about Durant.
Well,
because LeBron is on the other end of the floor, and you have to answer what LeBron throws at you.
Kevin
if
Durant
you're
doesn't have to worry about that until next year, and I'm not sure where he's going to be next year.
Well, I'm sorry.
We've heard
for
a
you.
lot of rumors on that front.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Having said all of that, I don't rule Oklahoma City out. I don't rule them out at all. Not at all. They'll have something to say about the Western Conference.
We will
Absolutely.
see.
You know who came to the rescue? Anthony Davis, putting on a historic show in Motown yesterday. But why haven't we seen more big outbursts from Davis like this season? Find out next. And we have another Monday to get your week off here, right? Keep up with everything Skip and Stephen A are going up against each other on checking out our Instagram. You'll find our rundown on IG right now. Check it out.